Hello, I'm David. How are you? This video does not offer legal advice. This is just a personal experience for myself for entertainment value or discussion purposes only. I am not, nor have I ever been, a lawyer or an attorney, and I am certainly not your attorney, and we have no legal relationship. I have found individuals with some degree of ingenuity can leverage the system or endeavor to flip the script and use the system's power against itself. Power dynamics often favor the system over the individual or individuals. If you do what everyone else does, you are likely to get the same results as everyone else. And during my divorce and custody legal issues, the legal advice that was given to me was essentially like a broken record or a mantra. Stay kind, stay polite, be humble. Don't lash out or get angry. Just follow the script and accept the predetermined outcome. But there I was paying some lawyer thousands of dollars for his so-called legal services, which essentially amounted to generic advice. Minimal generic advice at that, at best. Meanwhile, my ex-wife's lawyer was playing hardball, being aggressive, and being rude and unapologetic, and typically very uncooperative. Shortly thereafter, from the onset of our legal issues, then began the wild accusations. Everything from the absurd to the personally, reputationally damaging. And again, I was told to keep quiet, be kind and humble, and let the storm pass. But the storm doesn't just always pass. Sometimes it lingers, and you're left with a dark cloud of mendacity lingering over you. Especially when your voice is muzzled by the court system and sealed court documents and records. So, I felt that this was rather unfair, unequal treatment, that I could be accused of things and then simultaneously prevented from speaking out to clear my own name. And at least I felt I could not just sit by and follow the so-called conventional wisdom or rules at that point, so I endeavored to improvise. And my tactic for improvisation in this particular instance was to run for mayor, political office. Not because I actually wanted to govern or be a mayor or be a politician in any sense, but because I needed a legal loophole and a legal argument that I could make to the court. And once registering and running for office, I argued in court that as a candidate for public office, do the people not deserve to know who they are potentially voting for, and should they not be able to see and evaluate me and all of my legal records and trials and issues in total? So I had reframed the argument from it was not just about me or my free speech, but it was about the public's greater right to legal transparency. And the argument worked insofar as the judge agreed with my argument and agreed to unseal all records and court documents regarding my court proceedings. And within that act and that change of the narrative, I received my voice back within reason. So what I learned in at least this conflict is that when the system is rigged against you and the standard playbook will no longer cut it, it's just designed in and of itself for predictable outcomes. So you have to push back, because if you don't push back, if you don't improvise and try something non-standard or different or unexpected, then you just yourself end up being another predictable statistic within whatever system you are stuck in. And when the system is stacked against you, don't just play by their rules. Try to take them, reshape the rules, and use them to your advantage. Sometimes you have to take the structure that is in place and find a way to redirect it so it is not weakness for you, but some manner of a strength to be utilized. My run for mayor was less about winning an election and more about just reclaiming a sense of agency or some degree of power within the struggle I was stuck. And the lesson for me is, when you're cornered, don't just read the script verbatim, rewrite it to your own advantage if you can. And sometimes the only way to make the system work for you is to find a creative workaround. When the conventional path fails, don't just follow that. Make your opponent react to you, not the other way around. So, just to be clear, I'm not advocating everyone run for political office to gain a legal advantage, but simply, when presented with optional paths in life, consider that you do retain the option of doing something unconventional and choosing a path someone has not offered you directly.